Hi there. It's Chloe, Limping Chloe, and Buttons. Cockadilla Buttons. How are you today, Mr. Buttons? Doing well? Gonna yell at me because your water dish is almost out? We got the store dogs here, and it's a busy Monday. I was gonna say it's a slow Monday, but that would not be true. We have been pulling deck list after deck list after deck, which is good. I like selling singles. It's the whole point to owning a card store, is being the kind of the local market. So we had a lot of Commander decks we pulled because it's Commander night. One of these days I'll go back there. I don't know how comfortable my customers are about being on camera, so I don't want to cross any lines. So that's why you usually see me in the back, recording my ugly self back here. You can see I kind of moved around shelves. So that was my project yesterday, is getting a lot of this stuff inventoried and ready to sell, because I have a lot of major life, I want to say issues, emergencies, that I need to take care of. Maybe I'll talk about it in the video. I don't know. You don't know how much people care about me opening up about my personal life or whatnot. Or they're here just to talk about me crapping on Pokemon. That's, I think, the most people come for me to talk about. But today we're actually going to talk about foundations and what I think about foundations, because I'm getting a lot of questions about foundations. A lot about foundations. So if you are a store, or if you've been to your local store, you might see that these are gone. Foundations, well, not particular starter collections or beginner boxes, but foundations in general is out of stock, completely out of stock at the distribution level. It went out on the more expensive distributors around Thursday, Friday. I noticed it was gone from what I call the tier 2 distributors. The main distributor has been out of stock since early last week. I did talk to the distributor. There's more coming in. So that is where I'm going to go with Foundations. Foundations has just sold beyond anyone's expectations, to the point that it completely drained distribution, which is good. But I want to warn everybody about speculating on foundations or speculating on any product that's newer in this day and age. So Wizards of the Coast and Pokemon have changed their tone on how they are printing product now, which they should. I'm glad that they are stepping back and they're not overprinting at first, because I think what happened in the COVID era is we had that just complete surge of money that came into the market, and it just led to everything evaporating at distribution level. It didn't matter, good, bad, ugly, it was gone. Like some of the worst Pokemon sets that have been sitting rotting on distributor shelves and store shelves completely were evaporated within months. The same can be said for Magic the Gathering. And so it caused the distributors to take the opposite approach and then just start printing like crazy. They're saying, okay, well, it's eventually all just going to be eaten up, so it doesn't matter. We'll just overprint, because any potential sale that we didn't print enough for is a lost sale. And so we went through the era of the overprinting hell, which led to the new Capennas, which led to the Baldur's Gates, and the Fusion Strikes, and the Darkness Ablazes getting reprinted for the 15th time, and the overprinting of those reprints. And the market has had a struggle to catch back up on this. And now we are back in the era to where Pokemon and Magic, I think, if rightfully so, switched back to saying, okay, we got printers. We can print whenever we need to. If we feel like there needs to be an additional printing of a product, we're going to do it. And I've got to applaud and congratulate Wizards of the Coast, because I think that they have had some temperance. They've shown some restraint on things that could easily make them money right now. If this was Wizards of the Coast in 2021 or 2022, we would have saw a reprint in Lost Caverns of Collectors. We would have saw a reprint in Wildsville Drain Collectors. We would have saw a reprint in Lost Caverns of bundles, as well as probably overprinting of the Commander decks, where it is rumored there will be another wave of Lost Caverns of Commanders, because those have spiked back up again, and there might be a small either wave or reprint of those. But again, I will take that any day. I will take that any day where Wizards looks at the market and said, okay, this is something that the market absolutely wants. We can make a decent profit margins. Our strategic partners can make margins on them. Let's do a reprint here. Now, I caution against that, because I think that Wizards of the Coast and Pokemon have marketed their games as collectible games. They need to respect that they're collectible. Yes, they're game pieces. Yes, they have that to worry about. But when they have made collector packs, or they've made these chase things, they need to go out of print. They need to get to the point where they can focus on their newer stuff and the older stuff start to accrue value. And I think that makes their brands incredibly healthy in the long term. It doesn't scare off collectors, doesn't scare off players thinking they can just, all their cards will get 50 to 75% discounted within a year, and then at least lackluster sales in the future. So applauding Wizards of the Coast and Pokemon for really taking the necessary measures in 2024 to make this a really healthy market. Now, foundations though. Foundations, a lot of people have speculated on this. Bad, 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 bad. This is supposed to be the evergreen product. So bundles and pre-release kits, and I wouldn't even say bundles, pre-release kits are probably the only safe thing that is not going to get a reprint from Foundations. And Foundations was one of those sets that just snuck up on everyone. As I stated in one of my videos, it was the worst selling pre-release as far as pre-orders from my patrons and my locals since I've been doing this. I mean, every other set I've had more people pre-order than Foundations. Then it just flipped. The script flipped there, and I've had so many orders. I think I've done more Play Booster orders since the pre-release, since the pre-orders, than I did for all of the pre-orders. Because once people saw the spoilers and people decided this was a decent set, and there was scarcity at first, I think that the under-ordering led to everyone doing that simultaneously. It wasn't just me, it was many people across the board, which led to less people selling online. And things can move very, very quickly in this market. And all of the secondary market was completely sold out, which then led to a kind of speculation craze, which ended up being a little bit of self-fulfilling prophecy, which I gotta warn people, a lot of that stuff's gonna come back on the market when people realize that their play boosters are not gonna double up, because this is an in-print expansion set, or actually core set, that is supposed to be around for 5 years. So Wizards of the Coast is going to release these as needed. They're gonna reprint these things. And I'm thinking that since this is supposed to be an evergreen product, I am expecting these beginner boxes, these starter collections, even bundles. I'm assuming bundles are going to get reprints, and play boosters are also going to get a reprint. Collectors might be safe, but I wouldn't put it past Wizards of the Coast to say, you know what, it is an evergreen product. We want this to be an introductory product. We can handle another wave of collectors. We're going to keep them flowing so that it is a good introductory product into the rest of our sets. So be very careful with Foundations. Even though the numbers look amazing right now, where people are just, yeah, it's sold out distribution level. There is a restock coming. Probably not a reprint, probably just your general restock, because Wizards of the Coast does warehouse a lot of product actually. So then distributors get to order from, so how it works is then Wizards will give like last calls when they're close to running out of a particular product and say, okay, we're gonna do one last reprinting to refill our warehouses, and so now is the time for distributors to let us know how much they're going to want, and we're going to do this last little refill. But that usually ends up happening, you know, way down the road. So until then, Wizards of the Coast keeps a nice supply available for when distributors need to restock. But that's where the little lag is right now. I don't think this is another print wave that's coming in. This is just a restock from Wizards warehousing to distributors. So distributors are going to be chocked full again of Foundations in next week. So there's going to be a little bit of a lag where Foundation prices probably will go up. But I'm telling you, there is a lot more coming. After talking to distributors, there's a lot more coming. So do not speculate. I don't think you should be speculating in products this new to begin with. I still think it's better to go back a few years. Those things aren't coming back. They aren't getting reprinted. And the only thing that really affects those is, well, reprints in general or power creeping, which is both happening, but still, I think in the scope of things, what we're going to see with Magic the Gathering, if my predictions of what I'm seeing with there is a new, yes, there are all sorts of problems with it. I know, at this point, I think that Magic has plot armor, because no matter what they do, it seems like they don't die. I mean, they're the main character that cannot die, no matter how many bad decisions they make. And, you know, people have forgiven already, it seems, to the commander bannings and moved on with life. And, you know, Universes Beyond, people have moved on. They've kind of accepted this is what's going to happen. Yes, we still haven't seen like a standard set with Spider-Mans yet, and maybe people will feel differently when that happens. But as of now, Magic is still very robust, and it is going to get a lot of people, I believe, into the game. And I'm thinking we're going to have a new, it comes in little waves with especially, you know, Zoomers and younger millennials, of when they like my older millennials, yeah, we're addicted to Magic. We grew up with it. It was kind of our little jam. It was very revolutionary as far as, you know, tabletop experience. And, you know, they kind of call my generation the Oregon Trail generation, where we remember pre-digital, but we definitely grew up in digital. We grew up with the internet. We grew up with cell phones, but we still remember before then. I think Magic just hits that perfect spot with us. But these younger ones, where they're getting this tabletop experience, and when the PUBGs and the Fortnites and short attention span video games are starting to lose luster, Magic's looking pretty appealing. So I'm starting to think there's going to be a lot of people getting into, and the craze of Pokemon is going to eventually bleed into Magic, where people are like, oh, well, I remember collecting. You're already starting to see it. Some of those Pokemon channels, like the guy that went viral opening up Pokemon packs, he's been doing Magic packs, and there's been a ton of copycats that are doing that as well. So I think it's going to bleed into that, and we're going to have a massive resurgence into the game, which is going to lead to a lot of the older product being bought up. So if that might be my, you can get prices still for cheaper for a lot of the older products that aren't called play boosters, and they're a lot more rare, or going to be a lot more rare in the scope of things, in my opinion, than trying to compete with the later stuff coming out. So anyway, that's kind of what I want to talk about foundations. I don't really have a lot on this video. So yeah, so been busy in the last few days. I'm hoping to keep up my my release schedule of videos. I just went to the gym, so I'm super energetic now. Unfortunately, though, we're heading into December and January, and I don't want to make this an excuse. I just know the reality of life. I have horrible seasonal affective disorder, and I'm not gonna make excuses. I just know how to, now that I'm in my old age, I know what's coming and I know what to expect. And sometimes with this, I just get super sluggish, and things get put on the back burner. And hopefully I can make videos a priority and engaging with people, and I can find a lot of interest, because one of the things with like seasonal affective disorder is things that used to interest you a lot, they kind of start feeling like a chore, and it's hard to motivate yourself. So it's comparable to being a bear. I just want to hibernate. I don't want to do anything but eat sugar and sleep, and then my video production and everything else starts to go down. So I'll try to be a lot more consistent with everyone, but usually around January it starts to wear off, and I'll get back to doing things. So anyway, I'll stay motivated. I'll try to engage. Thanks for all your comments and support, and just bear with me as this winter is particularly bad. It got cold here quick. We got snow already on the ground. I'm feeling it. So we'll keep going to the gym. We'll keep trying to keep hobbies and interests. Speaking of hobbies, might as well show this. Look what I brought in today to show Zach. So one of my nerd hobbies, I always say I'm not a nerd, is I collect rocks. So I get you guys that are still with me on this video, you can look at my rocks. So these are through the stage 1 polishing. So this is the first grit that tries to just wear down a lot of the bumps and grooves. And these are rocks that Zach and I have taken our dogs and found. That one's not showing up really good, but this one's actually really cool. If you put it in the light, you can see these bubbles inside of it because it's actually translucent in there. But anyway, yeah, not getting the best of this. So I need to save up for a vibratory tumbler so I can start doing the stage 2s or stage 3s and stage 4s. But it'll be another project for another day. Like I said, a lot of my hobbies are going to have to be put on the back burner as I'm going to start focusing on really getting this business to where it can scale more, and I can start, figure out ways to move product better than what we've got. Because we've got a lot of stuff building up. So a little bit on edge too, because of some of the situations that's happening in the world in real life. So I don't know, you might be hearing some things from me in the future, but I'll be probably looking to move a lot of this stuff, because I was going to try to wait, because I do believe, while I've been building up this product, I know I got a lot of comments like, Kevin, sell this stuff, sell this stuff. The reason why I haven't sold a lot of all this stuff too, it's not like killing me to keep it here. This is just like over orders, things I picked up here and there on deals. And I've just been waiting for the time to put a move, especially on Pokemon, because this market's been so awful for so long. And I was getting excited that Pokemon market was starting to move up for this era. But it seems like all of the money that was going into moving these products up has just been completely transferred. Like, we're not seeing a big Pokemon boom in the market. What we're seeing is just a transfer from all the money that was going into eating up all the Sword and Shield and early Scarlet and Violet, even Twilight Masquerade, and it is all just going into Surging Sparks. So Surging Sparks just eating everything. Like, every bit of money is going into this booster box. So again, it's given like a miss signal to the Pokemon market. So I want to say that we're like in this incredibly hot Pokemon market, but I don't know, I'd like to see, like, Evolving Skies has gone down in price for a lot of the, it's gone, for all of it. All of it's gone, what I've seen, a lot more listings have been listed too. So the product was basically starting to evaporate on TCG and eBay level. Well, for example, we'll say there's 2,000 Chilling Reign booster packs available purchased, and it went all the way down to like 800 during when Twilight Masquerade started to get popular. And now I'm seeing that we're back up into thousands of most of these products. So yes, the market was stripping a lot of that away, but it also led to like people like me that had some like, now's the time, I guess, for me to start selling my Pokemon. And that's actually now the pendulum swung the other way. And with Surging Spark, it's kind of done the exact opposite. It's just, it's taken all that money and redirected it to Surging Sparks and now into people that are just waiting for the prismatic evolutions that's coming out of that. But anyway, hoping the market does recover. Like I said, I need to start adulting here and probably give myself a nice little emergency fund going. Maybe I'll talk about it again. Like I said, I don't know how much I want to share like personal details. This Gone Rogue Game channel was supposed to be the store channel. I started going off the deep end on the Rogue Deck Builder channel with my personal life and philosophy and stuff like that. And then I tried to redirect it back with these two channels being more business focused. But anyway, if you watch the news, it's getting kind of scary in a certain part of the world, mainly Ukraine. And I have some, let's put it delicately here, I have some vested interest in that part of the world. And I think it'd just kind of be smart to have like an emergency fund just in case one day I need to take a last minute flight in that direction to get some people out. So anyway, again, I won't talk too much about it. Been pretty nervous. I think that things are being ramped up because of the political climate of really Russia not knowing what's going to go on. And so they've really ramped up the strikes, and it looks like an invasion's coming for Mykolaiv in Mykolaiv in Odessa region, which is the last region that the only region that I wouldn't say the only region. Anyway, I'm really rambling here. Anyway, got some vested interest in that area being extremely stable, and now it's looking very unstable. So I don't know what I have to do. So again, like I said, I was hoping to wait and for a lot of this product to try to hit its peak and then sell around February, March during the tax season. But now I'm realistically thinking about it, I probably have to make a move on it right now and make sure that I have all my ducks in a row and make sure everything's just ready in case, in case the worst case scenario does happen and I need to make a move. Anyway, that's all I'll talk about it with that. So anyway, if you are a patron, I'll be like listing all this stuff. Like I said, I only sell to patrons. I am not getting scammed anymore. I can't send eBay. I can't send TCG Player. I swear those platforms are only meant to make eBay and TCG Player rich. Everyone else gets screwed, the buyers and the sellers. So if you are looking for like product, I highly encourage you to check out me or other people that sell online, not through the TCG platform, or go to your local store. And I think that keeps a more healthy, robust hobby in general, because man, it's the amount that eBay and TCG Player monopolize everything, and they're just making absolute killing on everything is just disgusting. And it's just problem. Like I'll admit, I'm a big, massive free market capitalist and believe that competition is good. However, when these companies get so large, like I just looked at TCG Player, they just seems like every year up their fee a little bit here, or try to make it like impossible to sell without going into their other perks and stuff. So that's the whole reason why I don't sell on TCG Player. So I'd rather work with people that I have some sort of vested interest in my operation and whatnot, and then split the fees that way. So I'll be getting a lot of this Pokemon up. That was a lot of my couple days, is really organizing this, inventorying it, seeing exactly what I have, making sure my inventory is up to date, and then I'll be listing it. And so if you are in the market for Pokemon, yeah, I'll probably be getting that up, because like I said, I probably should start adulting and make sure I have some emergency money in case I gotta take that midnight phone call and get a flight and expensive trips. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. This has been Kevin with Gone Rogue Games. Thanks for watching.